Minister, at this point in time, we'll allow the team from the Dangote side to introduce themselves, beginning with yourself, ma'am.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Martha Kamalata. I am the strategy manager for the team. I'm privileged to be here. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Jamilu Gidado. I'm Executive Assistant to the Group President, Dangote Industries Limited. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President. I'm Dr. Peter Lazarus. I head the SADC region business for Dangote.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Vipul Agrawal. I'm the country manager and CEO for Dangote Cement Zambia, based in Andola.
Good evening, Mr. President. I am Arvind Pathak, Group Managing Director for the Dangote Cement. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Linda Mataka, and I'm a Director in Dangote Cement Zambia Limited.
Good evening, Mr. President. Good evening, everybody. My name is Monica Musonda. I'm also a Director at Dangote Cement Zambia, and I've been part of the Dangote Group for almost 15 years, actually.
Your Excellency, I am Edwin. I am a Group Vice President responsible for oil and gas and some other projects. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President. My name is Aliko Dangote.
Thank you, Mr. Dangote and your team for your introductions. And at this point in time, Mr. President, I'd like to call upon Alhaji Aliko Dangote to begin his opening remarks, and we'll get the meeting rolling from there. Thank you.
Good evening, Mr. President, once again. We are here. Zambia, we are not new here. We already have a cement operations, but I think, like what I said, now our focus is how do we develop our continent. And looking at our continent is to see what are the needs of our continent. And I know for sure the foreigners, when I say foreigners, I mean non-Africans, will not develop Africa. So it is our duty to make sure that we look at these things. Most of them, they are low-hanging fruits, but the real people who do investments, they will not really come here. If you look at most of the pension, I mean not pension, most of the financing, this thing, you know, where they set up all this financing stuff like all this KRR, the one that we even did, which is which the one in New York, where we have David Rubenstein, Carlyle Group. We set up Africa Fund, almost 1 billion. They have actually all closed because, yes, they call it risky investment. It's not really risky investment because majority of them, they did not lose any money. But just that they're not looking forward to the growth of our continent. And that is why we have to lead to make sure that, yes, our continent grows. We are looking at opportunities here, mainly power, not power, to look at processing some of your raw materials and say, okay, fine, how do we do this stuff? You shouldn't be exporting raw materials. You should be exporting finished products. So that one, it means you create jobs. But the moment that you are exporting raw materials, you are actually exporting jobs and importing poverty into your country. So we want to partner with the government to make sure that, yes, we address these issues. And it is by addressing these issues that I believe the foreigners will join the party. And unless we do that, they will never ever come, no matter how good it looks. This has actually shown us, one of the countries is here, in Zambia, because in Zambia, when we built our Ndola plant, I know that it was really difficult. We had to beg sometimes to be able to get cement to build. And most of the cement, on average, we paid about $11 per bag, which was $220 per ton. That is how much we were, buying. And when we put up that plant, then Lafarge too was challenged. They had to put up another one. They expanded, and other Chinese too, they followed, I think, in conjunction with the government. So these are the areas that we're really looking at. If you need power here, yes, definitely Zambia need quite a lot of power. But you have what it takes. You have coal. And I think you should actually use what God has given to you to generate don't go for whether the green one that they're talking about, which is, solar or wind, because you have the coal is there, and you should use it to generate your power. The power, they actually said that, Your Excellency, without power, there's no growth. No growth without power anywhere. And then when you have power, you will actually unleash growth in the country. When you do that, you talk less when you go out there to campaign, to tell people what you've done, because they will see what it is. They will actually feel it. It's not like education where it takes several years before you can see the benefit of it. But this one, once you give power, it gives other things, opportunities, GDP growth, and it will give a lot of disposable income, just like what you mentioned, Your Excellency, saying that, yes, today in Zambia, you are using rain-fed agriculture. So rain-fed agriculture, it means that you are going to do one season. But right now, you go to countries where they are doing 3 crops per season. So if you are going to do 3 crops, it means that something like maize, which you are good at, you'll actually flood the entire African continent with maize. So, but right now, a lot of people, they're importing, maize, African countries. And one of the things that I have to also say, Your Excellency, is that being a landlocked, for example, is actually a big opportunity for you, because you are surrounded by 9 countries. So when you do well, and I'm sure the time will come when there will be a race, Your Excellency, because your colleagues that surround you, the 9 of them, when they see how well you are doing, they too, so it will be a race to see who will do best. That is how they are able to grow, the economy of Asia. Because it was a race. Singapore, Malaysia, Indonesia. Yes, so somebody is saying, you look at Thailand, and, when you look at Indonesia, for example, Indonesia, they've opened up their minds, everything, so even with all this, when you look at it, Indonesia's economy, people don't know, is bigger than Saudi Arabia's economy. They are at 1.2 trillion. Saudi Arabia is about 990 billion. And I am a believer that there is nothing that is impossible. So with what you have, I think if the focus is there, you have the right team, which you do, of course, you can see quite a lot of things. I mean, I cannot imagine having Zambia with additional 5,000 megawatts. And I think, Excellency, really, you need to address it, because I remember when we wanted to put up our own plant, we put up, then we realized that we had excess of power. And quickly, the Zambia Power, I think then, I don't know whether they still change their names, they said, no, we'll buy whatever excess power that you have. But, at that time, we wanted to do in some countries to put up power coal, where, asked, no, we don't want to encourage power by coal. But then you can see in UK today, last year they opened up an old mine they didn't touch for 30-something years. And they gave also a new license. And now Germany, in the last 2 years, they have used more coal from South Africa than South Africa. So really, I think all this question about coal, we should use our God-given resources to develop our own this, and we are ready to partner with the government to actually, follow this trajectory. you can be rest assured and, that you will have my 100% support in actually, developing the economy here. So it can be a win-win situation, and we'll be very happy and proud to be part of the development of Zambia. We are all one and the same. We are just divided by politics, all these borders and co. So I believe the FCTA will come in and bring all of us together. Thank you, Excellency.
Thank you, Mr. Dangote, for those very wise remarks. With that being said, Mr. President, with your permission, I'd like to call upon the Honourable Minister for the initial reaction, as well as, of course, a bit of an update. There's a lot of interesting conversations we're having about how much his ministry is doing working with the Dangote Group. And, of course, we'll ask the Minister to call upon the President as you're done with your submission. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. And as I've mentioned, we have met before. And as a result of that visit, where we visited the new concrete road that your company was putting down to the port, we came back and we made a decision that we are going to embark on a first concrete road in Zambia. That is now complete. And we thank you for, first of all, the welcome that we received, and also the support we got from your technical people, both here in Zambia, Mr. Agrawal there, and also the people in Nigeria. Here in Zambia, so we have made up a policy decision in government that there will be a number of roads. We have surveyed them that will be specific, made out of concrete. There are reasons for that. They get damaged very quickly because of heavy, slow-moving transport. In addition to that, on all the roads where we have stop, start, and so on, those sections are always invariably done out of concrete. I'm just specifying where we use your products. And in fact, even on main roads, the various layers, there is always a layer of about 200 millimeters where we use stabilized laterite at about 4-5%. So there's a lot of usage of cement. In the mining industry, there is what we call backfill method, where we use tailings mixed with about 6% cement, and we put in my mind to replace the pillars that still have ore in them, so that we maximize the extraction of ore. In addition to the buildings, obviously the houses, the bridges that we build, there are also obviously dams. As you know, we are pushing really to create more power in Zambia. I'm sure the President will have mentioned to you that we are just under 4 gigawatts. We wish to push it up to about 10. So there will be an energy mix. What you have just talked about in terms of thermal energy, obviously that will come on stream. But where we also have potential for hydroelectric, there will be need for dams, and those dam walls will require cement. But Mr. Aliko Dangote is more than just cement, and that's why we are happy to welcome you, because we know that there are other opportunities. Some of them we have already spoken about. We need really to create power. Our president here has set us a target of 10 gigawatts. But in order for that to happen, we need a lot more investments in the thermal sector, in the renewable sector, like the solar energy and so on. Also in terms of the other fuels, which you are experts at because of the huge refinery that you put up in Nigeria. We look forward to benefit from that as Africa and also as Zambia. So in the main, certainly, Mr. President, we're excited to have a person, an African of your stature, visit our country. And we hope that as a result of this visit and the further engagements with your team, you will be able to grow your investments to the benefits of both the organization and, of course, this country, Zambia, and the whole continent. We're excited by your message, the message that we, the Africans, are the only ones that can develop this continent. I think that resonates very well with what the President's government is also undertaking in this country. Thank you, Mr. President.
Thank you, Honourable Minister. And perhaps I'll do the honors. I was hoping you would do, but that's okay. And, well, thank you. I'm grateful. Thank you for the privilege of allowing me to call upon the President of the Republic of Zambia, Mr. Hakainde Hichilema.
Thank you, Jita. Thank you very much. Let me just perform my mundane duty to welcome Mr. Dangote and his team to State House. Of course, you've been to Zambia a number of times. But you also have resident colleagues that are working from here. We are delighted to have you here as well. But you shouldn't come here only when he's here. You should come even when he's not here, so we're going to have conversations. But Minister, Infrastructure, we recognize you and our team, senior colleagues that are here. Let me start by first appreciating what you have said and what my colleague, Cabinet Minister, has said, Mr. Milopi, that the things you've said are correct. And I think we need to push this continent forward. And on that score, I want to use this opportunity to congratulate you for the great achievement that you have scored as Dangote Group in many respects. Many people knew you, Mr. Cement, they knew you, Mr. Fertilizer. Now they know you as Mr. Oil, basically. So, and I think you're doing something in agriculture as well. Large agriculture. So I think it's important for you and your group to know that Zambia, Africa, right-thinking Africans are proud of what you're doing. And you should remember that you have the encouragement of not just Nigeria, but countries like Zambia and others, because you're doing the right thing to take the lead, to take the charge for the development of this continent. It takes a lot of courage. And I know you go through a lot of flack sometimes, even from Nigeria, even from other countries. But you have known how to deal with these issues. And I just want to encourage other Africans, other entrepreneurial Africans to learn from Mr. Dangote that things can be done. And in the small room there, he was telling me, Mr. President, we must dream big. If anyone tries to pull your dreams down, you must resist. We must dream big, and we can achieve big things. I think he's an example of that. I think we need to back him. Yeah. So now, what we, where we are as a country, is we want to drive our economy. We're driving our economy. We inherited an economy which was growing at minus 2.8%. In the last 4 years, we've averaged a 4% GDP growth. But we know that we have done this with debt overhang on our heads, with the COVID initially, with the drought. But this drought has brought us tremendous difficulties, wiping out our power generation capacity down. Then our push to grow the economy, the demand for power has gone up. So the gap has grown. So we need to fill in this gap because, as I said to you in the room there, if you asked me, what would we want? What does Zambia want now? What are the three things Zambia wants? I will tell you. One is power, electricity. Two is power. Three is power. That's what we need. So we're even saying, seek ye power. Other things will fall in place. because this growth, we should have been now tinkering around 7% if we had the electricity in abundance. So we are being conscripted, restricted by the shortage of electricity, even for households, saloons, welders, guys who depend to feed their children on this. So now, because of this mono energy, hydro, the drought has taught us a lesson, a good one for that matter. But we're not mourning anymore. We are seeing an opportunity, and hence the invitation to you and your group to look at investing with us, with the country. As you've done in cement and dollar in a plant, Dangote Cement, we would like to do that and even more on the electricity side. We invite you to do that. And we have the core. We are not shy here. Even when the world was saying don't touch core, this president said we will touch core. This is the resource God gave us, like you have said. And we have no shame at all. We have no second thoughts about it. It's best load, firm power. The coal is here in abundance. So we will definitely support the core projects. And with power, it will pull then the need for us to do more in processing our raw materials, minerals and others. We want to refine our copper here. There's no reason why we should not refine our copper here. I know what colleagues say, that it's not doable here. I know what they're saying, that it's too expensive here. But you have led the way. What were people saying about your refinery? All sorts of things, isn't it? Yes. Making you even to think twice. I mean, I was watching your vice there. He was on television running through the challenges that Dangote Group went through, the discouragement, the negative noises that were coming, but you moved on. So we are ambitious. We would like to refine our copper here, and more than refining it, actually add more value. Keep the jobs here, as you say, not import poverty. Export raw materials, import poverty. So we are fully aligned in here, and we're looking at your group, as my colleague minister said. You are more than cement, you are more than fertilizer, you are many things. So even on the agriculture side, we don't want to focus on rain-fed agriculture, because climate change is here, for real. So we want irrigation agriculture. Again, we need power. We need electricity to do that. We want more factories, we need electricity. Anything we do, we need electricity. So I think really not to say much, we covered a lot of ground in the small room there. Once more, Zambia is open for business, and you are encouraged to look at Zambia the way you look at Nigeria, because when more investments come here, it will create jobs for Zambians, youthful population, business opportunities in the supply chain, dollar cement, your Dangote cement. There are many suppliers, Zambian businesses. The more we do, the more business opportunities. But number 3, treasury income. More we grow the economy, more treasury income. So we want to encourage you to continue what you're doing, and you may not need our encouragement, but if it adds anything, take it. We're encouraging. So once more, congratulations. Thank you for coming. I've been pushing you to come. Every time I meet him, I said, when are you coming? When are you coming? He says, okay, we'll find time. You're here now. Thank you very much, and wish you well.
Thank you very much, Mr. President. I thought I'll take the opportunity and also just to thank Alaji for coming. I have to, on a personal note, say this. I am a product of this gentleman here. I worked for him for a good 4 years, and he's the one who put me on my growth trajectory. Alaji, I'm one of the leading women in business in this country because of you. And I want to thank you for that. But also thank you, Alaji, for coming back and supporting this government and the people of Zambia in your plans. There are 54 African countries, and we are very glad to continue to work with you. We've worked with you for many years to build the cement plant, which many people said we shouldn't do. We've spent a good 6 years planning it, and then finally commissioned in 2015. The plant is 10 years old. And we remember in the planning how expensive cement was, and how we couldn't get cement to build the plant. But we did it anyway, because, Alhaji, nothing is impossible. So we're really grateful for the fact that the Dangote Group is back. They're stronger, and they're teaching us to be stronger as Zambians. And I think, as I totally agree, we must dream big, that there's nothing without challenges or crisis. With your leadership, Your Excellency, with Alhaji's courage, his financial strength, technical ability, there's nothing we can't do. So thank you again for your time, for your team's time, and for bringing us here today, and for Alhaji, who is so busy, but we're so grateful that you could make it. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Monica Musonda, for your remarks. And I need to mention that many entrepreneurs have benefited from the mentorship of Monica Musonda. So through you, we've all benefited from Mr. Dangote, right? So with that being said, Mr. President, we'll bring this meeting to a close. We'd like to invite Alhaji and Dangote to essentially join the President through the doors on the right here, where we'll go to the foyer for some photos. We need to immortalize this day. It's very